Previously on Saving Throw. Our party was sent to the Isle of Stay, where everyone is falling asleep, but no one is waking up.
I just got here. I don't want to assume you tried anything. Does anybody here know Dispel Magic?
Look, I understand that we're a bumfuck town. I am a mystical squirrel. I tried Dispel Magic.
That's all I'm asking.
No, it's fine. I get it.
Thank you.
And have you tried Detect Magic?
Arriving on the island, our heroes meet up with some locals, Shay Ravel, Goose Everson, and Forrest Woody, who try to give the rundown on what's going on in Stay.
I have one idea. It is bad.
You want one really loud sound. I can do that. I'm good at being loud.
I now have two ideas. But first...
But before the team can even get into it...
Alistair, Wynn, and Junver. You are all really tired.
Oh, fuck! Wait.
Fuck!
And now, on Saving Throw, we enter the Slumbering Garden.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Saving Throw, our Actual Play D&D podcast right here on Save Data. I'm Chris, I will be your Dungeon Master, and I will be that barista who's friendly but still misspells your name, but gave you free coffee that one time, so you don't want to ruin the chance of another one of those. I'm joined by our intrepid heroes, Zach playing Alistair Noble Drifter, our half-elf bard.
Hello.
Chris, you should have fucked Zach's name up in that intro.
Damn it! I wrote it with a CH.
No, fuck you.
Elise as Win the Turtle Druid, hashtag stay winning.
Excited.
Prij playing the role of Ashbaugh Ramnorance, our Owlin Sorcerer.
I have a cold.
He's got the sniffles. Jason playing Chiron Hemlock, our Medical Monk.
I have a heat.
And David, that's actually very funny. And David as Junver Many Shields, the Storm Giant Rune Knight.
What's the quotes for?
I wrote in my fucking notes, do the air quotes, you didn't do them last time, and then I fucking didn't do them again.
You don't need to use the quotes. Just Storm Giant.
If you like this show, you can catch it live on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/SaveDataTeam. If you don't like this show, now you do! Magic!
Whoa!
You can catch the edited version of this podcast on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/SaveDataTeam. And this show is available on all or most podcast platforms, your Apple Podcasts, Spotify's, you get it. And if you leave us a review on one of those things, you can get a shout out and have your review read live. Do people do this? Thanks for asking. They do. Like Victor, who says, watch Saving Throw. I've been following Saving Throw since the first episode, and it's very good and enjoyable. A lovable jaunt by very cool people with some cool, but sometimes cringe characters. One day it will be projected on all the walls of the MoMA. Love this show. This is a show where you can call us cringe, and I'll still read your fucking review.
Damn it. I wonder which character they're talking about.
We are
It could literally be any of us.
Oh, I meant that it's almost certainly me, but I'll take it.
And HSM, who titled their review Dictamancer, which I'm sure the algorithm was wild about. And they wrote, nowhere can you find an NPC named this ridiculous and a team that committed to it through and through. Thank you both.
It lets you title over me.
They put they put an asterisk in it, but I still... thank you both, and to all you fancy folks listening, if you want to shout out, leave us a review on whatever platform or tweet about the show, tag us on Twitter, Discord, whatever, and let us know what you want us to say in your shout out, and we'll read it live for all the folks to enjoy.
That's Twitter,
and
Twitter
finally,
at Save Data Team.
Yeah, or join our Discord and yell at us. We're open. And finally, if you want to go the absolute extra mile, you can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/SaveDataTeam. Where, for just $2 a month, you get access to our VOD channel where you can watch all the streams unedited forever and see all the stuff I cut for time on Saving Throw. For $5 a month, you can get to vote on what we do for our variety streams, and you can have yourself included in this D&D campaign as an NPC, some of which will probably meet today, I'm just assuming. And lastly, at the $10 a month tier, you get your name included in this Patreon song.
Hey!
Thank 'em, gotta thank 'em all. Gotta thank 'em all, our Patreons.
Burger Bun, Fluff Guff, Sunayama, Philo, Abe, Holliger, and Sofino. HSM, Ernless, Crow Knight, Danny, Antilester, Kevin Nation, Shadowed, Navi.
Witch Tower, Sky, Herlock, High, Tacos, and Sayar, Keith, Lorenzic, Becknick, Cole, JFJ, Mystic, Woody.
Leprechaun, Jacobel, Go, Zeppeli, Shepperstein, T-Flower, Real Life Jolie, The Red Fighter, BBC, What, and Sherlock, Zoom, Sillart, Ami, Borshock.
Don't forget a Warner Walsh, Shiny Cat, P. Diego Garcia, our next Boomer Emily.
Dessert Boy Man, Elijah Sly, Rick Rat, Katja, Traveling in a Box, and Snowcat, Conjuring Scribes, Yo Croissant, Fulfilla, Written Word, Shade the Punisher, Sibylla.
Thank 'em, gotta thank 'em all. Gotta thank 'em all, our Patreons.
Hello.
And one more thank you to the people that make this show happen, including Will and Karen from Subpixel for the Saving Throw logos, Nez for the character art of our party, CZE Peku for our battle maps, and Bardify for the music we use via the Epidemic Sound Music Ambassador Program. That's a mouthful.
Jesus Christ.
I know. And you, all of you, for watching, listening, and just generally being great. Okay, I'm going to transition music. Hold, please. Okay, without further chit-chat, let's jump back into our game here. And let's start with the two of us still on our feet. The five of you came to the Isle of Stay to investigate why the people of this town have been falling asleep. The guildhead Marin deemed this of the utmost importance as a hero and friend of Marin's, Arla, lived in the town of Stay until her death. Ash, Chiron, just a minute ago, you were walking back to take a look at the slumbering residents of the island of Stay. But then, as you approach, the other three members of your party, Junver, Wynn, and Alistair, also fell asleep. So now you are left in the middle of the town with three sleeping teammates and most of a sleeping town. Goose Everson, the halfling apprentice hero of the late Arla, seems full of nervous energy at this point. And with the pavilion in sight, he moves to lift Junver in a rather impressive feat of strength. Let's put him beside the others, I guess.
Hey, Chiron, you want to go get a drink?
So here's what I thought too. I was debating that. I am quite parched, but I was gonna run my larynx bypass surgery actually on Alistair with this skunk larynx I happen to have. I think it would improve both of their lives actually if I swapped them out. That was a joke, by the way. Yes, I think we can fix these guys if we get them back to town. Question is, how heavy are they?
So Goose seems pretty ill at ease at y'all's jokes.
I didn't actually make that joke.
Oh, okay.
I absolutely made mine. So
Okay.
I did. That was way too out of a character of a joke for me. That was Michael.
It would have been a huge Ash moment.
Who?
Let the record show not being able to respond in this scene is killing me.
Oh no! Whatever will we do? So yeah, Goose moves towards the open building to find a place to set Junver before coming back over to help bring Wynn over as well.
I could probably move Wynn. How heavy is Wynn?
Wynn's probably the heaviest party member.
Yeah.
I'm assuming the shell is doing a lot of heavy lifting there.
I got 10 strength.
I'm pretty sure I weigh more than that.
That might be a good point with the armor. Well, then I'm going to say that you and Goose both help bring Wynn over.
And they're with the other members.
Am
of
I
town?
strong enough to move Kyra? To move Alistair?
Give me a strength check. Alistair's a twink, so this shouldn't be the worst.
I mean, listen, you're not wrong.
Junver with armor is like 325 pounds.
Oh, I thought you.
I only rolled a 5.
You struggle considerably, and but you're trying to not to act like it's a considerable struggle, and then eventually Goose comes back over and helps you out, and you're like, oh yeah, I was just getting a good grip.
Thank you, Goose.
Yeah, no problem. Okay. And as you near the pavilion proper, it looks more like a field hospital than anything else. Lines of cots and makeshift beds with the majority of the townsfolk notably knocked the fuck out. And can I get a perception check from Chiron and Ash?
17.
Okay.
Hey, 17.
Okay, well, so there is a few notable things here. Mainly, yeah, everyone's asleep. But the thing is that everyone is just sleeping. And this is a weird word to use, but perfectly. No one's like tossing or turning. There's no snoring or fidgeting. If it wasn't for like the faint like rise and fall of their chest as they breathe, you would easily be able to mistake them for dead.
Okay, that gets rid of two of the questions I was going to ask if I was allowed to observe.
Ash, I'm very concerned about your exposure to potentially harmful, I don't know, harmful toxins. It could be magic. If you would like to like head out, be a little in a safer area, this is exactly what I cover myself up for, besides a little bit of shyness. But if you would like to just stand back or something like that, I understand completely if you want to leave and
I appreciate your concern, Chiron, but given that 3 of our members passed out without ever being in vicinity of one of the afflicted, my guess if there's an environmental factor to this, it's from the entire island itself. Which is to say, if there's an exposure risk, I've been exposed. At this point, I'd rather try and stick around and be as productive as possible.
Goose, do you by chance potentially have a wheelbarrow?
Oh, well, I mean, I can run down to the farm and get one. We got wheelbarrows.
I was thinking about taking one of your lightest members of the town here, maybe their younger child or something like that. And I know it sounds bad when I word it like this, but taking
it's not sounding good so far.
When I take them to the graveyard, I think that place potentially has very mystifying properties to it. In fact, Wynn was able to use some healing magic outside of the realm of possibility I have never seen in all my studies.
So I'm going to respond to your thing in a second. To clarify, they did try taking people there earlier.
Yeah.
I mean, we did try that with one of the elders, but also at the time when the doc was asleep. So yeah, that's not the worst thing I ever heard. Let me go gussy up a wheelbarrow. And then he fucks off. Shayra is also here in the pavilion area. The lithe elf you met before, somewhat running the show, directing like the remaining conscious people of the town, helping set up more spots to put people, putting up like the roofing of the pavilion, that sort of thing. Seeing that 3 of the heroes have fallen asleep, she looks almost like
she's awake. I thought you meant she was like asleep here. Okay.
No. She's like directing people, and like, you know, the closest thing that there is to someone in control of this, and like seeing, you know, the 5 heroes are here. Hey, 3 of them are already asleep. She's like green with like worry and like, oh fuck, Jesus Christ, oh my god. Chiron.
Yes.
Can I get a medicine check?
Okay, please. I actually have a decent one, so you know I'm in a real poorly. Okay, never mind. We're good. 23.
Okay. So I'm going to say that, you know, as a doctor, I should ask, do you want to inspect one of the people?
Yes.
Yes. Do you want to inspect a random person or one of your party members?
Let's go with Wynn. Wynn's biologically pretty different, and I want to see if it affects Wynn differently or something like that than maybe other townsfolk first. Okay.
So you notice that the symptoms of this sleep are what you would deem similar, like in a medical sense, to a coma. However, there's no sign of some sort of significant trauma that might shock someone into a comatose state. I mean, obviously you were with Wynn. There's no head trauma or anything else obvious like that. She wasn't hit by like a mortar. And now while you're looking over Wynn, you notice something is off about them from just, you know, the day-to-day Wynn you have known. Something like unnatural even. And for that, you need the help of Ashbaugh. Ash, Chiron, you're both going to give me another check, and we're going to add that number together. Chiron, it'll be another medicine check, and Ash will be an arcana check.
Ooh. Prij, we should say ours on the count of 3, dude.
Oh, that's cool.
Let me know when you're
I'm going to use my leftover inspiration point that I still have to reroll mine.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that's a decent amount better.
All right, 1. We're going to go on 3.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. 21.
16.
Holy
okay, yeah.
Okay.
That's great.
Dang.
So with your powers combined, finally forbidden techniques together, medicine and science. It's magic science, but still. So you two, our doctor and our researcher, look over the sleeping Wynn. And here's what you discover. Chiron, as you're poking around and running, relatively rudimentary tests, temperature, is the blood flowing, yada yada, normal doctor stuff. You notice that while in general the body seems to be, just sleeping, as you take a blood sample and inspect one closer, you begin to discover what's wrong with them on a physical level.
Okay.
In short, while they look, fine on the outside, looks like, the same person you were with minutes ago, on the inside, their body is starting to wither. And it's almost like, in a purely medical sense, you'd say aging rapidly.
Okay.
And this is where Ash, you come in. Examining wit as well. This ailment, not to anyone's surprise probably, is, magical. And last time you asked Woody the Squirrel if they had tried detect magic, and we were doing shtick. That's not it's not me reading thing. We were just doing shtick last time. But the gist of it was that they had, and it didn't really give any answers, but they were relatively certain that something magical was causing all of this, and it seemed to be coming from inside of the sleeping people. However, with your background as a researcher of magics and such, I'm going to treat this role more like an advanced magic detection. And the key thing you notice here is that Woody's original diagnosis isn't quite accurate. A magical source causing something like this would at least be logical, and you could see how someone would come to that conclusion. But on a closer and more careful inspection, there isn't some sort of magical source radiating magic out of these people. That is magic leaving the body. That faint aura of magic that's in everyone, what someone might consider a soul or a spirit, that is what is exiting them bit by bit, almost like it's burning off into the air. And it seems like that latent magic is being drained from the bodies of the sleeping citizens. And as you guys inspect another slumbering person, it seems like, someone that has been asleep for longer than a few minutes, it seems that the longer one is asleep, the less magic remains inside of them, and the worse condition they are in physically.
Did they physically get worse? Because I'm probably examining that more than the arcane. Are they physically getting worse the longer they've been asleep?
Yes, so it seems
I didn't know if it was just internal.
It's weird. So it's almost it is only internal. Externally, their body looks fine. They're not physically aging.
I wouldn't be able to tell
exterior.
the difference between temperatures and
but
physical ailments.
If you were to draw a blood sample or check in the internals or anything like that, the internals are more similar to that of a substantially older person than the person that is sleeping.
I'm drawing blood samples. I got plenty.
Now, does fantasy M. Night Shyamalan exist in this universe?
No, but weirdly enough, there are gigantic spiders in the fog.
Okay, I was going to ask if there's a fantasy beach that makes you old.
Oh.
Shyamalan and on.
Look, I think you probably noticed something similar that I have. I cannot. I've dealt with loss in terms of losing to death, and I won't lose to him again. I will make sure all these people wake up. Especially if this is why I chose the life and purity I did anyway. I can't lose to him here, so we gotta get these people up, no matter what. And I don't know this realm as well as you magically as you do. But there's gotta be some magical explanation for this in terms of solving this, because physically I cannot get these people up, and that's backbreaking for me, because that's all I've done for my entire life is physically be at the peak, and I can't find out these people cannot get up. So please, if there's anything that you can do beyond just searching for any history at all or something like that you've learned in your past, please let me know.
Chiron, this is well out of my area of expertise. I know very, very little amounts of any sort of healing or medical magic. Based on what we know, though, this is magical in nature. And for it to have just sprung up out of nowhere, it seems highly unlikely there was a natural cause of it. Who from the town is near me?
Shayra
I assume she
and,
is.
like
Shayra.
unnamed goons.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're in thought, go ahead, because I had something.
Shayra, has there been anything ecologically or environmentally that had changed with this island recently?
Or notably, has there been anybody in town that has arrived besides us that might have?
Goose did answer that and said no.
So like they occasionally get like ships pass by, but like they're very far out of the way, so it's not very common. And yeah, to basically what Goose says, like there hasn't been like any notable visitors who like been here in a while. They get like maybe 1 to 2 like ships in a year. I mean, since Arla passed, harvests haven't been quite as good. I mean, we don't have her bolstering the crop and things like that with magic, but I mean, it's mostly been, I guess, returning to normal since then. And as you guys are discussing, trotting over to the pavilion is Forest Woody, the squirrel mystic of the town, and once upon a time, the familiar of Arla. He is carrying a small box, well, large for him, I guess, but a box full of several bottles and like vials jostling around. I got ideas! He calls out as he like sets the box down with a thud and looks up at you all. What's with the look? You guys figure something out?
Yes. Here's another thought I had too. If these people are still in some sort of comatose, could we potentially communicate with them on some kind of level? Is that what you're gonna suggest, Squirrel Man?
Like Inception? Like you want us to get inside the dream kind of situation, or the hit film Paprika, perhaps?
I don't watch movies, unfortunately. I have no life.
I mean, I live in a tree, so I'm right there with you, brother. I don't know of a way other than like astral projection, which is not in my wheelhouse, of like talking to people on a magical plane level. But if one of you has that in the back pocket, we could try it. I'm down.
I don't.
Do you guys explain to Woody what you just learned about the bodies,
Yes.
basically?
Ooh, can I ask Shayra one more question?
Absolutely.
Miss Shayra, not to be vulgar, but are the Afflicted's biological processes still operating while asleep? Or to put it simply, has anyone shit themselves?
Are they shitting and farting?
Are they shitting themselves?
Well, so
Or is the body in very much a homeostasis sort of effect?
it's more like...
Chiron would be able to know if they shat themselves. I'm sure he's not.
Well, I'm assuming the people taking care of them have changed them if they've shat themselves, Chiron. I mean, you're not going to leave a sleeping person just stewing in their own shit. That'd be rude.
This whole open air pavilion reeks of shit.
It's so gross.
Well, so that's part of originally why we thought they were dead. Not the pooping part. That I get the whole void your bowels thing. Never mind. No, they don't do anything.
Okay.
Like they don't seem to be starving, and obviously we can't feed them or give them water. But it's like anything biological has pretty much stopped happening.
So the body's in homeostasis and there's no reaction to any external stimuli?
Pretty much. I mean, we've tried, regular stuff. We tried herbal remedies. We tried a small amount of magic. And, they just keep sleeping.
All right.
I still think wheeling off one of them to the grave area would be potentially a thing we could try.
And Goose Everson trots up with a wheelbarrow. Hey, I got a wheelbarrow. Okay, hold on. Before that, so originally my plan was let's flush them, pump all the magic out of them. But I'm guessing, based on what you just told me, that's the opposite of what we want.
Well, that might kill them.
Right,
Unless
yeah, no,
you-
I
unless you
get
let-
That seems to be happening on its own.
And he notices as he like lifts a potion out of the box, shakes it, and like puts it back in. Okay, wait. This could actually work even better. So, okay, remember back by my tree, your friend, the one who's sleeping now, he doesn't know how to wear a shirt, good. The half elf, yeah, he asked if we tried to dispel the magic. And he starts rooting through his box while he's speaking, setting down a bolt of cloth and like taking a potion bottle out and then a vial and beginning to mess with them. So if you're right and that's magic leaving the body, which you probably are, this should, in theory, help slow it down, which is a bonus. But might be able to do some more here. So, long time ago, Arla and I whipped up this potion. We called it Magical Bloom. It makes magic, let's say, bigger. It sort of like spreads it out temporarily. Now, it's not very tested on magic that's inside of people, but, you know, desperate times, desperate measures. Now, the question I have for you both is, what else? I mean, Magical Bloom by itself, it's more like an additive. It can't really like cling onto magic by itself. So we could add like healing, some kind of stimulant. That might be the opposite of what we want. Maybe like visibility. I'm open to ideas here. To sort of open this up and simplify it, Woody has a potion that he believes may help, but he doesn't know what it's like an additive you add to a potion. He doesn't know what kind of potion to add it to like bolster the effect and give it something to do.
I mean, as somebody who doesn't know arcane, I'd probably.
So this is neither arcane nor is it really medicine. It's more nature, but he's more along the lines of like getting your take on it. He's handling the nature part and is like asking for your input as medicine man and science or magic science man.
Is there anything I would have determined based off, like, since that withering effect or whatnot? Is there anything because I guess it would be more in character that he would come up with a solution rather than like out of character.
Right. That's fair. You as a regular human being aren't required to know medical stuff.
Yes.
To play Dungeons and Dragons. So
Yes.
I would say that like, so obviously there is a like detrimental effect going on. The body is not taking damage, but it's getting in worse condition. So
it's like a brown Lee spider, it sounds like. Jesus God.
it's like poison. Yeah, that's actually a good. So like healing could be something that Chiron I think they're reasonable for. I could also say that like something to make it like clearer what's going on in the body, because he mentioned visibility as an option. So maybe something like that.
It would, yeah.
I would say Chiron probably wouldn't recommend anything to stimulate them further, because that doesn't seem to have any effect. So there's no reason he would draw that conclusion.
No, because I could put him into shock or some kind of shit. I was gonna say either make it more obvious or slow it down is what I was gonna try to say. If you could, but I don't know if that's a thing you could do. Slow passage of their body away or something like that. Just freeze or halt the body. So it couldn't do that. I don't know, but that's
okay. It's not like I'm just gonna say like any idea you have, he's going to be receptive to.
I would. Okay, my thought process, Senior Squirrel. Instead of the original genocide plan that you might have had by, I don't know what you were thinking with that one, but I would suggest anything that could potentially freeze the body even more, so the features could not progress into more of its withering nature. I don't know if that answers your question at all, but it's a very difficult one you put me in the spot of. So,
Ash, thoughts?
Very little, very few.
It's a hard question.
It is.
I don't know. I mean, again, I have no understanding of potions. I can't think of anything I would combine with a potion to give these people outside of.
You mean you didn't go to Berver's Bapes Potion class?
Is that a reference?
Negative 10 out of 10. What the fuck?
Is that even a reference joke?
Thank God.
I go to Alistair's corpse. I don't get the reference joke.
Dead. Why won't you wake up?
Alistair, explain the reference joke to me. I don't get it.
So if they take if when we say visible, just to clarify,
So
would that be making the effects on them more visible for us to see on the out? Like I'm confused by like what you mean.
So, yeah, okay, that's fair. You ever seen a potion of visibility before? You know that like detect magic shit? It's like that, but in a bottle. And so, you know, you like splash it around or you whatever, and if there is stuff, it reveals it. So like you throw it on illusion can go bye-bye.
Okay, I could try doing that, or like taking one of those and seeing if we
could try that, then yes.
Okay. All right, give me a second here.
Was he drinking something, or was that you?
No, I spilled a little bit into like the top of the can, and I was getting it.
I get you.
We'll get
This
that.
now again, this island's small, but it's not like I can throw a stone from one end to the other, right? It's still
No,
like
it would take like a solid day to like hike across the whole island.
Well, probably like half a day for me, but
but obviously this is the only town, and there's only one port.
Yes, so like the town of Stay on the island of Stay is the only like settlement. There's no like Shelbyville across the way that they hate, and like
Right.
There's nothing else of note here.
yeah, if this guy's cooking up a detect magic potion, if that's what he's doing.
So Woody mixes the necessary herb, the magical bloom, and the mixture into a potion that he's already created, and hands it over to you.
I figure you can administer that better than I can.
Oh, I thought I was taking this so I could see them better. Potentially what's ailing them.
No. It's not like that. It's like you put that on something and it shows it. It isn't like you drink it and can see magic.
Sure. I take.
I'm gonna say you prep the potion and like spare people.
I put it. I
Identify
take out one of my
needles.
injections on my side and fill up the needle with that instead, and then I go over to.
No needle imagery. People are gonna fucking throw up. let's say you administer the potion.
Okay, sure. I go over to.
That's a good question. Who do you want to put it into?
Let's try Alistair. So
I
if
knew
it
it.
actually,
I fucking knew it.
Alistair will probably be easier to put a.
he's got very thin skin.
That's true. Yeah, one of
he's
them's a
weak.
fucking turtle.
If we lose him, it's not that big of a loss.
And I don't want to play strip Junver for the next 6
I was
minutes.
gonna say you would have to take off so many layers of shields.
So you administer the potion, and for a while after you do so, nothing happens. A seemingly dull or non-existent reaction. But then, as you're waiting and watching, you see the sleeping body begins to literally breathe out magic. Like, as Alistair's breathing in and out, like puffs, magical wisps and strands of energy, almost like clouds that like twist and move through the air.
It doesn't release a bad joke when it happens, right?
No, but weirdly enough, this cloud has a German accent. You don't understand that. It doesn't make any sense. What the fuck is that? Woody asks to seemingly no one. And then as you watch the magic move, the bits of magic and strands of energy, they seem... Okay, looking at them is almost like looking through a window or like the crack of a door. And in these like little bits of magic, you can see somewhere else. You see what seems to be a city. And as you look from like strand to strand, you see different vantages, different views. And in this city, you see Alistair, Wynn, and Junver.
Are we seeing it through? We actually see Alistair. We're not seeing it through like Alistair's eyes or something like that.
No, it's almost like every time you look in a different piece of it, like a different cloud of magic, it's like you're seeing it from a different perspective, like like a different person peeking out a window or something like that.
Ash, get your notebook. This has got to be some kind of breakthrough. You're gonna be rich.
You're gonna be rich.
Ash's famous motivation to be rich.
Big money.
Big money, Ash. You can buy a whole new set of wings.
Finally get that wing transplant thing you've always been waiting on. The dog hates it.
Yeah.
The wispy magic continue. God, yeah.
Are they doing anything in the? You're probably getting to that, yeah.
So, it's like nothing changed physically about Alistair. He didn't jolt awake. He didn't like wake up. He didn't like he's just doing the same thing he was before. But now you are literally seeing that magic leave the body, and most likely due to the fact of like what he was saying, magic bloom increases magic. It makes it spread. It makes it bigger. It seems like a lot more of it is leaving, but it also just seems like a lot more of it is just coming from Alistair in general. Like it just seems like he has more magical chutzpah than he did minutes ago.
Made me age faster. I'm gonna be pissed.
The wispy magic continues to flow and spread out in the air. And can you both give me a perception check?
13.
I rolled a 4.
Oh, okay. Chiron, as the magic moves, you notice that it's not just like flowing outwards in all directions through the air like how air does. In fact, the magic seems to be all flowing in one direction.
Where is
it? Band.
Yeah. Is it out the door, or is it through the hole?
So this is like an open air pavilion, like there's no like door or whatever, but like it is all, so even more so, it should be like, it should go in all directions, right? Because there's no central airflow. Instead, it all almost like it's forming a single file line, begins to like tighten and flow in a direction, heading back up the hill towards where the tree that Woody lived in was.
Yeah, so Chiron's eyes gleam a little bit behind the fox mask a little bit, and he just starts following the magic and tailing it, like sleuthing after it, kind of mimicking the mask he actually wears right now.
Nice.
Doesn't have to move that fast.
Ash, do you follow Chiron or do you stay?
No, I follow.
Goose Everson also
Stay
follows.
with the bodies.
So you guys moved to follow the trail, leaving Forest Woody and Shara with the bodies. Yeah, Goose Everson follows closely behind, as close as he can. He's not very fast. And as you pursue the trail of magic, it becomes thinner and thinner, like a slow-moving stream that's like starting to dwindle. But with like some careful looking, like stop, follow, where did it go, and some like retracing with the help of Goose, you are able to follow those faint strings of magic along, and then it finally thins out to be nearly imperceptible. And you guys and Goose find yourselves stood once again in the graveyard, Arla's Rest, as Goose called it before.
Okay. So, if the magic tailed off to here, it's still I don't know if we bring Alistair's body now instead of the other person's body and see if the magic that filtered over here somehow gets to his body. I don't know how this works.
Goose...
I only studied in the academy. I'm losing my
No, I absolutely believe we should get Alistair, bring him up here, and administer, if possible, another dosage of the bloom.
I've seen leprosy on the streets. I haven't seen anything quite like this. This is fascinating.
Okay. This is weird. Let's... I like that. Let's go get him. I got my wheelbarrow.
Is your wheelbarrow 3 or 4 wheels?
Oh, it's one of those 3-wheel ones. You gotta lift it up and go up, 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 up.
Could that be a one wheel though?
No, 3, because a 4 one is just like a cart, whereas a wheelbarrow with 3 is like the triangle
I
shape.
think a wheelbarrow only has one wheel though normally, right? And then it's like 2 pegs.
I don't fucking know. Get off my back. Sorry, this is not wheelbarrow talk. Anyway, I'm gonna say you guys go back down and like we don't need to do this. You guys go back down and get Alistair's body. Are you basically telling Woody your plan here?
Unless Ash wants to as well, back me up on this. Watch the other 2 members of our party. Make sure nothing happens to them. If their conditions get any worse, please come find us as soon as possible.
You're telling Shara this?
Sarah, yeah, she's still green in the face.
Like she's.
I know, sickly, but
yeah. She's not looking happy. She's definitely trying to like put on a persona of like, I'm calm, I'm in control, I know what's going on, we're gonna be okay. The heroes are here. But you would be able to tell. I mean, not even with an insight check, just by plainly, she does not believe that. And go ahead.
Hey, we've got this, okay? Like, you have to believe me. This is where I'm in my element, okay? I have all elements to be in. This is where I can thrive in, finally. Don't worry, we've got this.
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay, well, that's gonna be hard.
Oh no.
She's not gonna believe me. It must be the wolf mask or the fox mask. I got a 2.
Oh.
Roll something for her. She'll get a nat 1. She didn't. She forces a clearly fake smile and is like, "Yeah, thanks."
I totally believe you. That's amazing.
So Goose plops Alistair into the wheelbarrow, the 6-wheeled wheelbarrow. Fuck you. And
It's not a wheelbarrow anymore.
It's a fully automatic car at this point. Get fucked. And wheels you back up to the gravesite. So Woody joins you along with this. So wait, sorry. What you want me to do the exact same thing again?
Do the exact.
The magic seemed to be flowing in a certain direction, but dissipated around this area. I want to know if that was because it got too far away, or if there was something about this area that might be drawing the magic.
Okay, I'm into that.
Plus, we wanted to bring the body up here anyway for testing as well. This is perfect.
Okay, sure. Give me a second here. Let me just mix it up again.
And he does basically the same thing, taking that herb and putting it into the same potion, and once again giving you like a vial of it to do your thing again.
I do the thing. I administer it.
So once again, you give Alistair the potion. There's a few seconds of lag time as it sort of processes through his system, and then after a minute or so, he once again starts to breathe out that magical flow, that magical stuff. And here in the graveyard, it doesn't just go here, it's going up and then directly into the grave of Arla.
Arla?
So that big statue in the middle of the art here, that is her gravestone. And it's like a big, nice, fancy gravestone with a statue of her on it.
When you say through it, like it just does it like drip on it, or like does it appear to go
so it's like this is like air or like vapor that's leaving out. So it's not like a solid substance.
Yeah.
And it's just like going into the gravestone, and then obviously you can't see it because you can't see through solid objects.
Okay.
Goose, Woody, the town would definitely think badly of me if I broke this tombstone, right?
They look at each other.
Well, there is no town to be mad at you, Ash. Actually, most of the town is asleep. So, I think we are above the rules on this one, if you would like to break it.
At the idea of what is essentially exhuming the corpse of the world druid, Goose and Woody seem hesitant, is the short of it. But, well, I mean, look, I'm a naturalist, so is Arla, but I can't say I necessarily condone you digging up my best friend. But Goose actually moves towards the gravestone and places his hands on the stone face of the grave and ready to push it. And he looks it to you two, Chiron and Ash.
Oh, is it just to be clear about this gravestone? Is this pushable, or is this
So this is I don't know. I don't know
top-down Legend of Zelda game.
Yeah. I don't know the term. I don't know the graveyard term for it, but it's one of those ones where it's like a big stone thing and it has a face on it, and you push it inside, and that's where you put the body.
Okay. Because based off the movement or the model that you have here,
right? Yeah. Don't take that as too canon. It has that long coffin shape. I don't know the real word for it, but like
But
one
you
of those
could
raised
push
bed
this.
coffins.
We could push this theoretically instead of just like.
There is an area. There's a segment of the gravestone that you, in theory, would like lift the lid off of, and there
Okay.
would be corpse.
It is like that, as opposed to
Okay.
literally breaking it or like some kind of like. We could keep the.
Yeah, the statue isn't gonna. You don't have to like yank the statue off to open
I
it.
think it's technically like called the vault or something like that. I want to say, but I'm not positive.
Oh, people in the comments are gonna roast me for not doing the research into graveyards ahead of time.
You're about to get graveyard smashed, dude.
It was spooky. And Goose speaks. Hey, I really don't want to do this, but
If you don't want to do it,
we should fucking do this.
I think in order to save this town, we have to be ready to make sacrifices and push forward with things that we are unsure of, because this is an unsure disease and circumstance. We have to go through with methods that are maybe not the most practical. Let's try it out. Push it.
I'm assuming you're gonna go help Goose.
I'll push him I'll push.
Yeah.
the
He's
thing with it,
there.
yeah.
So you place your hands on the stone face of the grave and push that like raised tombstone to the side. The stone base opens and you see, hey, there's no good way of saying this. That is a corpse. That is the corpse of Arla, the world druid,
Surprise.
resting on a bed of flowers and grass, which are somehow both in bloom. But Chiron, that is the healthiest looking corpse you've ever fucking seen.
Oh my lord.
That looks like
he has
a
love's mantle. This is amazing. I've never seen a body in such perfect condition.
that
I
looks
must
like
examine
a
this.
completely regular, healthy, living, not dead, maybe asleep, but you never assume dead person.
Full
And she's
flesh.
been dead for 6 years, right?
Yes, she's been dead for years. Yeah, looks like open casket wake situation.
The
Okay.
Catholic Church would canonize the shit out of this.
Oh yeah.
Incorruptible saint body shit.
I'm surprised this wasn't like an Indiana Jones. We opened a lid and then fucking spirits come out and like just through the cross.
Ooh.
What?
And go ahead.
Hey, I will, unless something like she gets up or something like that. I'll clean off my I'll like dust off my gloves and get ready to get in there. And, like,
I'm
examine
gonna
the
say you do
body.
a straight up check the pulse situation. Actually, give me a medicine check.
Sure. Not the greatest on that one. 14 still though. 14.
So yeah, you do the check the pulse thing. You try to move the body a little bit to see if anything about it changes. This is a dead person. However, they are warm to the touch, not cold like a dead thing is. But while you're inspecting it, you notice that in between the hands of Arla, almost like wrapped in her hands, is a green crystal, pulsing and glowing with magical energy.
This is absolutely intoxicating.
Ash, are you looking as well?
Yes.
Okay. Good.
I want to ask Goose if she was buried with that crystal, and if so, what the hell is it?
I don't. Hey, Woody, what the fuck is that thing? And Woody clambers over and has to get up on the thing to look at the corpse and into the casket. I have no idea what the fuck that thing is. And as the four of you look across four of the faces on that crystal, green light flashes across, and 4 bolts of magic shoot out, flying into Woody, Goose, and into you two. And Chiron and Ash, that's when you fall asleep.
No.
No!
Wait, wait. Am I laying with a dead body like this? That is what you're telling me.
No, I'm saying you're flumped over the side and you just
I'm just on top of this saint's body.
Damn it.
Is it instantaneous?
So unlike when Junver and this is all kind of too much for your character to comprehend, but for the sake of we're doing a podcast here, unlike when Junver and Alistair were there were walking and then just kind of slowly settled and fell asleep, out. You guys are hit by a bolt of energy. That's the last thing you see, and then black, fade to black.
All right.
Fantastic.
Wynn, Junver, and Alistair. You all wake up in a city. And it's almost like you just awoke mid-motion, like mid-stride. You are here, walking in a large city, verdant and like beautifully overgrown. Buildings growing alongside the trees and flowers and vines that seem to pretty much like surround and like swallow the structures of the building. And it's fucking lovely here. Late afternoon sun pouring through the streets, and people. That's right, there's people here, lots of them, talking, shopping, children running about and playing. There's music playing here, and there's just a sense of joy and like happiness going on. Everybody give me a perception check while I change the music.
I got 15.
17.
Junver
6.
got 6.
Okay,
Hold on,
so 6, 15, 17.
Yes.
Okay. Junver, you are caught up in sort of the overstimulation of this city. Just like so much shit going on at once. And like a minute ago, you were in a fucking tiny little shitbird town in the middle of nowhere. And now this is happening. But once again, your eyes fall to that massive crystal towering overhead. Towering higher than any building by like several times over. I mean, that's just the fucking hearth. That's the great crystal that sits in Rontmar, which everyone's magic comes from. Except that it's not. It's different. And like, were it not green, you might not even be able to tell the difference. But as you are looking at it, that is a different, gigantic, magical crystal. Wynn.
Hi.
Yeah. There's music playing here. And that's kind of fucking weird, right? For like a city to just have like music playing throughout the streets.
Is it a banger?
Yeah.
Does it slap?
Is Alistair taking notes on the melody?
Well, it's by this magical wizard called Bardify, and they're great. So yeah, it bangs.
All right. I know I'm not with them, but that's good to know.
Is the music like coming from anywhere specific, or is it just like
So
ambient? It's everywhere, like a video game.
so there are musicians playing this music, and it's around now that you like begin to look around and notice there are like streamers hanging from streetlights, strings of like lights trussed up, and banners emblazoned with things like "Welcome to the Stay Festival," 200 years, and like in the distance there's a merchant selling commemorative Stay Abration T-shirts for an absurd markup. There is some kind of like festival going on here.
Interesting. Sorry, there's streamers.
Get more T-shirts.
Posts.
Yeah,
Do they
Ninja,
crucify us?
ninjas up there. The thick boys are in the mix. Alistair,
Yeah.
you watch the people. In particular, a few people, and you notice a few things. Firstly, the population here is large, just based on like the number of people about. Like, probably the second densest population you've ever fucking seen in your life.
What?
Once again, we lived in a post-apocalypse. The population quite low in general.
Even in Rontmar?
So you would say this is the second biggest city you've ever seen,
Okay.
directly after Rontmar.
Shit.
Okay.
But the thing you noticed most, and how could you not, is the magic. People cast magic freely, openly, like it doesn't even matter. You watch a merchant literally cast Mage Hand just to grab a piece of fruit from his stand and bring it over to a patron.
That's a cantrip. I'm not impressed.
You watch children play some sort of game, like throwing loose little sparks of magic at one another, like play toys. You watch people just using magic, and it's not a big deal. No one like rushes out to stop them. There's no Shadow Guard like, hey, don't do that. It's just normal.
There's no cops.
Like, you dang kids, get off my yard. Stop using magic
truly,
in my
it's truly
yard.
utopia. There's no cops.
I have a thought, but I want to ask a few questions first.
Yeah, I mean,
one,
Yeah, go ahead.
Do I remember falling asleep? Do I remember?
Yes.
Yeah,
this
do we
just,
know?
like,
Okay.
Not.
So,
Yeah.
it's stream of consciousness for you guys, right?
Okay.
A second ago, you were in stay, and now you're here. It
Uh,
was almost like okay. Here's a go ahead saying it. So you guys were walking when you fell asleep, right?
hmm.
It's like you were taking one step while awake, and then you were asleep, and then you finished that step as you woke up here.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Um,
I'm gonna voice this thought
yeah.
that we woke up in the past. That this is before the shattering.
Well, here's the thing about that, is that banner over there says 200 years, and correct me if I'm wrong, but this is roughly 200 years after, I forget her name again, the person that came here, the one of the 12 heroes,
Arla?
Arle. Roughly, Arle came here and founded this
So
city on this island.
Two things. One, can you give me a history check, Alistair?
Yeah.
And while you're doing that, this is more me explaining stuff that I might not have explained super well last time. Arle didn't come here immediately after
Okay.
the shattering and the killing of the Sky Eater, but like maybe like 50 years after that she came here.
Right.
Okay. I got a 23.
So, when voices the point, we have traveled back in time. And this is before the other crystal was shattered in order to kill the Sky Eater.
Yes.
However, Alistair, with your knowledge and history, you know that the other crystal, the second hearth, wasn't here.
Okay, where was it?
It was in the northern part of the main continent, the western continent of Destenia,
Yeah, it's right. I have this pulled up.
where the current the fucking Christ, what is it called? Shandia is the state of Shandia. So that's that little orange bit right there next to the Pavan coast. And that topmost island, the one that is like sort of L shaped or like a flipped over L, that is where
shaped.
Yes, that is where the original, the second hearth was. And there used to be a much larger landmass there that was swallowed in the blast.
Okay. Okay.
While we're here, also, I see people casting magic, right? I want to try
Correct.
casting some magic myself.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
For one, to see what it does. For two, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know that magic is leaving my real body. So, yeah, I'm going to cast Gift of Alacrity. Also because I just want to have it if it works.
Okay. What level spell is that?
It's a first level spell.
Roll a d20 for me and give me the number.
Cool. Just straight number?
Yep.
7.
So 7. No. Okay. So you cast the spell
Okay.
like regular. And you've cast magic in your life. You're familiar with the idea of it. You know, hey,
I've heard of that.
when I cast a spell, I feel that amount of magical energy leave my body where I, in theory, couldn't do that again more than, let's say, some sort of arbitrary game dev level of times. Basically, you have X amount of spell slots. When you cast a spell, you can feel one spell slot's worth of energy leave your body, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You cast this spell, you feel fine. You feel
Fine.
exactly the same as you did before. And for a gameplay purpose, you cast this spell and do not consume a spell slot.
So fun fact, that wouldn't have consumed a spell slot anyway, but...
Yeah, but
doesn't-
shut up,
I guess
though.
it doesn't...
Okay, well, I'm glad I know that. I am worried about implications on what it is doing to our bodies in the real world, but I guess I wouldn't know that yet, so fuck me.
Stop metagaming, fucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I would have tried as soon as we realized what was going on would be to use the call stone to see if it could contact them in the real world. Obviously, that didn't happen, so I'm assuming it doesn't work.
I mean, well, you can try it now and something might happen.
I mean, I'll try. Oh, so are we caught up to the time? Well, I guess time is fucky in this world, anyways.
Chris is gonna tell us. So
Yeah. I'm gonna try and be like, Chiron, hello. Who's my favorite doctor? And this isn't sarcasm. I have to be dead serious. This is not sarcasm right now.
Okay, way too long of a message for a callstone to handle. I'm gonna say, like, you start to write. So normally when you write in a callstone, you write a word, you wait for it to vanish. You can write another word, yada yada.
Okay, sorry. I say, hello, come in. This is Alistair.
Is it me you're looking for?
So I'll say you write like, hello, come in, and like you're about to write the second, like you're waiting for the text to go away, so you write the second line, and it never does.
Fuck. Okay.
It like stays imprinted on the face of the callstone.
Great.
So I can't be blamed for not answering. Perfect.
Your
He did not ghost you.
your message did not send.
Well,
Your
that's
AT&T
something I'm
is
not
out
used
of
to,
service
so-
here.
Fuck. I knew I should have got Cricket Mobile.
I bet if you sent a picture of your
Eggplants?
your eggplant, that
Weirdly enough, eggplant photo works totally fine.
Oh,
That's
wow.
no problem.
That's fair. That's fair.
Eggplant with drips. Yeah, of course.
they consider that an emergency. So they
That emote.
Yeah, it's the emergency only option on your phone.
exactly.
There's a unicorn option too. Thank God.
Okay. I guess I don't know. Can we do another look around just to see? Is there anybody that looks like they might be in charge, or like not just some kids playing on the street using magic?
So that's the thing. It's like, you're in a big fucking city now. It's not like Stay where there's like, a couple people. There's like, there's merchants running around. There's people with like, taking their kids. Oh, honey, look at that. There's musicians playing music. There's just like a lot of people, and there's no like, you don't see any like organization structure. It isn't like people are like, hey, go this way. People are just kind of doing, regular people bullshit. It's like when you go to Rotmar, it's like, people are just doing their regular everyday lives.
And just to be clear, there was a sign that said that this is in fact Stay, right?
Yes, it said Stay. It said what did
200-year anniversary.
So there was one that said 200 years, and another one that said Welcome to the Stay Festival.
Okay.
I'm gonna. Okay, you said there was a merchant that was like using mage hand.
Yes, he's just some guy selling fruit.
I'm gonna run up to him and go, "What year is it?"
Oh, that's good.
He's like, Jesus Christ!
in your
Jesus
best
Christ!
in your best Robin Williams voice.
Yeah.
He's
Which
like,
is not very good, by the way.
he's like shocked by this. He goes, it's 407 AS. What's going on? So I will say,
translate, please.
you guys are
We don't know what that means.
AAS after shattering.
After shattering?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. I
You
honestly,
mean Jesus doesn't exist in this world? What the fuck?
I'm not gonna lie. I made that up right now. I probably wouldn't have gone with it with an AD kind of thing if it wasn't for right now, because I don't love the tie there.
That's
but
pretty
whatever,
good.
too late now.
Good.
You guys live in the year 207 after the
Oh.
shattering. So it has been just over 200 years since
In
the
the
shattering
future?
happened.
So I was the opposite.
I don't know. I'm probably gonna go back to episode 1 and realize that I said like 211 or some bullshit. But fuck that. It's not canon anymore.
So
207.
So
So this is in theory 200 years after present
Okay.
day.
Okay,
Oh.
interesting. I'm gonna run back to Alistair. It's 200 years in the future.
Hey guys, just found this out.
It news to me.
wow. Okay. Okay. Oh.
Alistair,
Yeah.
I have a suggestion.
Okay. Listen, I'm all ears.
Alistair,
Yeah.
I am never gonna let you do this again. Hit me in the face.
Okay. Well, I'm not sure if I'm the best guy, but are you sure?
It's
you
you
want
and
this?
you and Win both. You're not gonna do anything. Just as hard as you can, hit me in the face.
Okay. You don't have a buckler there. It's gonna break my hand, right?
No, just don't miss my face. Everywhere
Okay,
else
yeah,
is a shield.
I punch his face. Sure.
Run. I
I
mean,
punched
you're
your face.
you're letting him get hit, so it's, you don't have to
That's
roll
true.
AC.
Thank
It's
God,
just that
'cause I rolled low.
he's choosing to get hit. It's
Yeah.
like choosing to fail a
Right,
save.
right.
So yeah, you hit him for whatever your unarmed damage is. Roll it, I guess.
I assume that's a D4.
I think if you're not a monk, it's just a 1, if I remember correctly.
that might
Is
be
that
correct.
true?
That seems
I
so
think
low.
so.
thought it was a D4.
It's a
No,
D4.
yeah, I think it's a D4.
It's a D4 for saving throw.
Well,
Roll a D4.
I rolled a 3, and you're already 5 above your max HP. So now you're 2 above your max HP. Congrats.
Perfect.
You are that, and that tracks. You felt like you had that boon of like extra life. It's not a very codifiable thing, but like you felt good, and like you still feel gooder than regular, but that definitely hit you.
Okay, so it looks like if we die in the dreams and we die in real life.
That's a real leap of logic there, my friend Alistair. I was just seeing if you woke me up if you punched me in the face.
Well, I just assumed you because you seemed like you took real damage. Oh, you know what? You're right. Who knows? You want me to hit you again? No, that was a joke. Let's
Can I take swipe?
stop. I'm assuming because we're also in like a public square too. Like people are like, that man just punched that man in the face.
Just not get into a fist fight.
They're like, oh, they
just
started
guess
drinking early.
Did that giant just guess that man to punch me in the face? Wow.
That guy's huge.
Okay.
If I could, I would like to ask the nearest jabroni to be like, hey, is there
Punch you in the face.
no, is there like a library or something nearby? Are we close to one?
So let's say you go and talk to a
Not-
musician nearby.
Oh,
Let's go
sure,
with
yeah. I stroll up.
that.
Oh no.
I'm like, hey, what's up, guys? How we doing? Loves a song, by the way.
So like you walk up and like as you approach them, they're like, you know, they're playing a little lute and they're like smiling at you when you start talking to them. Hey, friend, happy Stay Festival to you. Playing a little doodle-doodle-doo.
Right back at you. Listen, we're not from round here. We're coming in for the festival, and we heard you might have a really wonderful library. And we're a little bit lost. Do you know where that might be?
They sort of like scratch their head. A library. I mean, yeah. Like there's a library. Okay. You're probably thinking of the library in the High Manor. That's not like, you know, that's not like open to public access kind of thing. But like, I mean, you could always go ask Arla.
Is it a library if it's not open to public access?
I was just about to ask that. I was just about to ask that.
Sorry, he just dropped the Arle word on us. Are you kidding me?
The Arla word. Your
The A
name's
word.
the A word.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Oh, right. Yeah, you're not from Stay. Well, glad you made it for the festival. I mean, hey, you picked the best time of year to visit. Also, listen to this. He plays this sick solo.
Sick, bro. Sick.
Hey, and
Love
even
that.
better, it's the 200 festival. It's gonna be a huge party.
Right, that's why we're here. You said the High Manor. Whose manor? Is that Arle's? Is that what?
Sorta. I mean, like, yeah, pretty sure she lives up there. Anyone big and important lives up there, and he gestures to a very large building.
I guess-
which I'm gonna change the art for. However, it won't. The time of day won't line up, but get over it.
Yeah, it's fine.
A very large, like, towering structure. Easily the second highest building or second highest thing in the town after the green version of the hearth they have there. But even like comparative to the hearth, this thing is tiny. Like that crystal is fucking huge.
I guess. Sorry, before we continue this, because there's a lot of things I want to ask. Would we have recognized anything of the little bit of time that we spent in our stay to be a similar structure to what we're seeing here?
Yes.
Okay.
So, where you're standing was sort of like the main road of Stay. It really only had one road.
Okay.
It's a very small town, but that road sort of went uphill. When you guys arrived in Stay, you walked to the center of town and then walked up a hill into the area where the pavilion was, the graveyard was, and that big tree, the wise tree that Woody lived in, were. And in the direction of like the tree that you'd walked to earlier, if you look in that same direction now and look like very far away, you see a big honking tree.
Okay, I was gonna ask if we could still see
Right.
the wise tree. Great. Okay.
I would also at some point, and I'll voice this. I'd also at some point like to visit the graveyard. If
Yeah, that's.
a
I
thing
think.
we can do.
I think Vin. I think we're definitely gonna pay a visit to that tree, and on the way, we're definitely hitting up that graveyard. One more question, friend, and I turn back to the musician, and I'm like, hey, yeah, again, as I said, totally out of towners, here to have a great ass time, but we're also like history nerds. Is there any other like, major places in stays that you recommend we check out while we're here? Like historical places, not like party places. But I'll take Rex on those too if you want.
I mean, hey, you know, it's a 200th anniversary jubilee kind of thing. I'm guessing I think they're gonna do like a cool parade tonight. But as far as like places to go for history, kind of a weird thing to ask, I guess. The Wise Tree, probably. Yeah, sure. The Wise Tree makes sense.
Okay,
There's
got
no
that-
like.
Oh, you know
big
what? You'll love
nerds.
that. It's got like this little like inscription on it. It's got a bunch of dates and bullshit on it. Go check that out.
There's no like SMNA, the Stay Museum of Natural History. That's not like a thing here.
So this is fun.
Stay so.
They did, but they had a museum, but Fantasy Britain came and took all the artifacts.
Oh, motherfuckers.
I was just saying,
Fantasy
British
Britain
got us again.
colonized them.
what is Stay's official motto? Stay hungry. Stay happy.
So, Junver, you ask him that about is there a museum? Is there anything like, you know, is there this is there this piece of information I'm looking for? And his face sort of like falls still, like like he's about to say something. And for a minute, everything else around you slows down, like to a stop. And then he starts to get. Anyway, you guys have a great festival.
Wait, sorry for my friend's rudeness, and I like wink at Junver. One more question for you. This is the 200 year anniversary of Stay, correct?
No, it's the anniversary. Sorry, the festival marks the anniversary of the dream coming alive. And then he points up to the big crystal.
Okay.
When the bloom first, began to give magic back into the world.
What?
The bloom. Sorry,
And
again, we're total idiots from out of town. Could you just give us the cliff notes on that one?
Sorry, where are y'all from?
No, don't say.
Okay.
Marrot.
Okay. So, Marrot.
Bright Harbor,
Mar
Dog.
is a suffix, kind of like Ville, like Greenville or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So you just said we're from City Ront.
Yeah.
Sorry, we went to school in
It's a
Rotterdam.
country.
We're from Bright Harbor.
Okay. Sorry. Okay, I get it. So you guys are from Rottmar. Cool, great. You know the Hearth. Y'all's big.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
loves that thing.
It's like that one, but
yeah.
that's ours. So he's saying that what he's calling the bloom, their gigantic crystal, is like the Hearth.
Okay.
So the 200th anniversary of the bloom
Showing up.
Well, yeah, like the 200th anniversary of when it first started to, give off magic. So
fuck
So
me.
sorry, hang on. Let me give a little bit of context here for just magic in general. We talk about spell slots and shit. So magic is a resource. You get it by sort of being naturally attuned to magic. However, when you expend magic, you don't naturally regenerate it. You over time naturally pull it out of the hearth and refill your body with it.
Right.
So he's saying this is the 200th anniversary of when their big crystal started to do that thing that the hearth does.
Cool. And you said this is the 200th anniversary of the dream?
Yeah,
Which is?
I mean, that's just like fancy speaking. It's Arla's dream was to get the bloom up for all of us, and this is the anniversary of that dream coming true.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
So-
I hear you. I'm picking
Awesome.
up what you're putting down.
Sorry.
Like before the bloom was given off magic, like it was here that whole time? Did it like fall from space?
Look, dog, I'm like 20. I don't know.
Sorry.
They don't teach you about the,
We've-
main Vista historical artifact source of all magic power and knowledge in your island? That's not a thing that's taught? You
He
don't
like
learn that?
moves to like scratch his chin. Huh. I guess they don't.
Sorry, friend. You've been nothing
Is this
but
the fucking
wonderful to
American
us.
school system? What the fuck is this shit?
Sorry, what did you say your name was again?
Oh, little old me?
Yeah.
Yeah, little you.
Wait, where's the one I picked out? Oh. Well, I'm Damien, the bard. Hey, you ever need a sweet bar mitzvah played? You call me, Damien, the bard.
Damien.
It's gonna be DJ Moon's
Hey,
Patreon name.
That's good. That's good.
Oh.
DJ musician. That's the best I got. All right.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Thanks.
Damien, listen, it's been sick talking. Thank you again. Thank you for treating us to your wonderful music. If you're playing anywhere tonight, let me know. I'll come through and we can jam or something.
Oh yeah, no worries. I'm down at Danny's Cool Big Festival Tavern.
Wow, that's a name for a place. Okay. Well, Damien, thank you. I'm glad that both your name and the place you're playing at tonight definitely didn't sound like they were come up with on the spot.
Wait. Is that Dan Sayonarastan's place?
No. I just
very good.
Just pick
that
Dan.
one was actually on the spot.
Okay.
And
That'd be really good though.
as you're walking away, Damien calls out, "Have a great festival. Protect the dream."
Bye, Damien.
Wait, can we ask a question about Protect the Dream?
Sure, yeah. So
It's rude to go back after saying goodbye.
He like says goodbye to you, and you guys turn around. And he goes, "Oh, hey, what's going on?" Again.
Sorry, again. Really new to town. You're like the first, maybe second person we've talked to. So sorry. The Protect the Dream thing you say is like not a greeting, but a farewell. That's the word I was looking
Yeah,
for. Like,
it's like a regionalism. Like, it's just like something we say.
yeah. What's that mean? You know?
And once again, his face like falls flat, and like he's like he doesn't respond. It's literally like he freezes, and then he comes back. You guys have a great festival. That was a good one.
I say, cool, Damien, see you later. And I play my harmonica, and it plays a sick riff on his, was it a cello, you said?
He's got a loop, and he goes, "Holy shit!" and then starts shredding along with it.
Yeah, okay, cool.
I'm sorry, did you say Damien or Lamey?
No, I'm not being mean to this person. Damien, I meant Damien. This person's been nothing but nice to us. So
I was
it's
gonna
cool.
say, don't be mean to the nice NPC
Yeah.
who's also a patron.
No, God, no. All right, well, we don't know that Ash and Chiron and the others are in the dream yet, so I assume we head towards the Wise Tree. If
I'd
that's
like to
cool
head
with
towards
Wynn
the
and
Wise
Junver,
Tree,
yeah.
I want to see if Woody's here. Yeah.
Yeah, that was also my thinking, is are we going to see a 200-year-old Woody here? Or 200 years
This-
more old Woody?
This might be a waste of my once a day thing, but I want to pick another random person on the street and try to use my last light to dispel an illusion. See if that does anything.
Okay. So Wynn is using the last light, the item she got from our friend Drake back in the capital. And
Thank you,
to
Drake.
recap for the folks at home, the last light's ability is, first of all, it's a light. But it's like a deployable light. Like if you put it out, it'll follow you and illuminate shit. But the other power that it has is to dispel illusions, or at least detect illusions. If illusion is on a living thing, it immediately breaks it. If it's not, it just like lets you know, hey, there's an illusion there. You hold out the last light, and it like flutters from your hand, and you're using this on a person.
Yeah, just a random person.
And like someone's passing by, and like you like basically throw a flashbang in their face.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And the last light swirls around them and like lets off light, and nothing turns to your hand. And they're like, oh, that's a cool like festival trinket you got.
Oh, thank you. I just got it down the street.
Nice. Have a good festival. Protect the dream.
Protect the dream.
Damn it. That's good. That's good.
Win
Nothing.
definitely
like,
gets the award for just like someone says a catchphrase. Guess what?
No,
It's
Win's
now.
in it. Win's in it.
Win is a god of yes and.
And mechanical question: did that consume my last light, or does that only happen if it actually detects slash?
Attempting to use it does consume.
Okay, cool.
If that proves to be like shitty over time, I might change that. But currently, yes.
Sounds good.
Wait.
Other thing, because you said that when Win used what you thought was a spell slot, it did not. Does that count for magical items too?
It does.
Okay. Cool. Good to know.
All right.
So,
Wait.
yeah.
I get big.
Junver, you can't just get big all the time. Oh shit, Fate. That means you can get big all the time.
Oh no.
How are you? So, in general, not as like Junver, claims to be a giant.
Yeah, right.
How is your getting big a magical thing?
So
It's the ability / spell. Large.
okay, there's
large, right?
so there's two different sources of me getting big. One of them is just a straight up spell that I can cast as a like racial ability, so it's just a spell. The other one is like engraving a piece of my armor with a rune that functions as magic. We made that clear on like the first episode. So both sources are magical, but one is a spell, one is like a
rune.
A rune.
A rune knight thing, right?
yeah.
Which one are you attempting to do here?
Feel like I can use the rune knight one more, so probably that one.
So you inscribe your rune, right? To get big.
It's already inscribed. I just like
Okay, you're like activating it. You're
yeah,
like, boop,
Bop
like
it.
Star Trek thing. And nothing. Like
It just doesn't happen.
And here's the thing. It does all the normal shit, right? Like the rune alights when your magic connects to it, but you don't grow any larger.
Interesting.
one. I hate this place.
I hate you, Stain! Curse this future!
I'll never forgive the Stayanese.
2. I would like to inform my party that my runes don't work here because that's
yeah.
gonna be a problem.
That
if
is
we get
half
into
of
a
the name
fight.
of your class. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Well,
fair.
that sounds bad.
Man, I am so hesitant to do this.
I mean, like, I can use the get big spell if that's what you were thinking.
Yeah, I mean, I have enlarge reduce, but I just in case there's a secret cost. The fine print. you
I'll
know?
use enlarge the spell on myself and see if that works.
Roll a d20. What level spell is that?
Second, I think.
I think it's first, actually.
It is. For me, it's a second level spell.
Oh,
Then roll a d20 for me.
it is second level.
Oh shit.
Uh,
Oh no.
I assume it's a 1.
Now
We're at 20. Oh, you get smaller somehow. I don't know.
David, do you roll a that one every single fucking?
He's like
Elise.
legally obligated to, or some shit like
Elise,
that.
Yeah.
I am a statistical anomaly. It doesn't
Yeah.
make sense. It doesn't matter if I roll dice or if I use like online dice rollers. It doesn't fucking matter.
David,
It
I'm gonna
just
buy you
happens.
some weighted dice for your birthday.
He's still gonna roll in that one somehow. You, as you are wont to do, cast enlarge on yourself, and hey, you get big. You grow to that'd be large, right? Large class. So yeah, you grow to be a large size class. Let's say you're 6 feet now. I don't know. You do feel that spell has been burned effectively. Like you feel that
God damn
magic.
it.
I'm so
No,
glad I
fucking
didn't
nat
cast
one.
it.
Yes, so yeah, you do that. You consume the spell, and you are now a large Junver. So, to clarify, in case people zoned out, the spell worked, the rune didn't.
Did the rune consume a charge?
So, when you activate your runes, I'm making this assumption / flavor decision. If you don't like it, correct me on it. I'm gonna say that like when you like hit it to activate it, it lights up to go, right?
Correct.
When you tap it, it lights up, but the light never like receded to show that the spell had been completed. It's almost like it's stuck in the middle position.
Oh, so it's like still technically on, just not doing anything.
It's almost like it's like if it was a loading bar stuck at 99%.
As soon as we wake up from this dream, Junver is gonna get fucking huge.
He's in the middle of the pavilion and just
Yeah.
All
All right.
If I know we're waking up, I'm casting that rune like 3 more times. Just to see what happens.
you kill over 100 people that were sleeping with your body.
As far as I know, I'm still like on the road out of the graveyard, you know.
Sure. All right. I'm saying we head to the Y tree.
Head to the white tree, and I would also like, as we're going to ritual cast, detect magic, just as we're walking.
Welcome back from the edit.
Yeah.
Okay. Win, Alistair,
Hi.
Junver. Sticking with you guys for a moment. You guys all move towards the wise tree. And you can tell it's the wise tree because you have a fucking brain. And hey, that's the same fucking big magical tree I saw in the waking world of Stay. However, as you all sort of move,
evil tree now.
it's got a gun. As you all move towards it, you notice that there are some pretty noticeable differences about it. Namely, that now through like the trunk of the wise tree, there is like this like vein of like crystal sort of building up through it.
That's pretty sick.
And then up out of the top, and sort of floating around the top of the wise tree is just a like spinning disc basically of consolidated magic, just sort of like floating around the top of the tree.
I see.
Am I tall enough to touch it? Actually, no, not.
No,
That was a dumb question. That was a dumb
6
question.
feet tall.
That's actually another great point. This version of the wise tree is taller than the one in real life, and like the bower, like the that's the term, right? Like the branches and shit up top is like wider and more spread out. And whereas
no idea if that's the right term.
I think it is. Whereas like in the real world, the wise tree is sort of by itself in this nice isolated part of town where there's nothing else except like nature, basically. The wise tree here is in the center of a plaza. There's like shops and stuff around it, and they're like people, and it's sort of sitting.
They gentrified the wise tree.
They gentrified the wise tree and kicked the squirrels out.
The rent around the wise tree has gone up immensely.
And sort of the tree sort of sits on its own little like I guess pedestal thing where there is still like grass and a small pool of water sitting at the base of the tree, and there is also a small statue at the I guess front of the tree, the way you approach it. Yeah. And beneath, and that is a statue of a squirrel.
Oh shit!
Is that a little friend or little friend Woody?
I mean, I'm assuming it has a nameplate underneath it, right?
Would you like to go investigate?
I mean,
Yes.
yeah, we're walking to. Well, wait. The graveyard's on the way, right?
So like when you in the real world, when you like you have to like walk to like the edge of the town area, that like raised area, to get to the wise tree, and then off a little bit from the wise tree is where the graveyard was.
All right, sure. Then yeah, we'll walk towards
Like,
the wise tree.
so,
first.
but all the times that I mean, you only went there once, but all the times that the party has gone to the graveyard, you have to pass by the wise tree.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
So you guys go to inspect the plaque beneath the little squirrel statue on the wise tree. It reads, "Those who sparked our dream and brought the world back to bloom." And beneath it, you see names.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Some of them you recognize.
Oh no.
Arla, Sharavel, Goose Eversun, Forest Woody, and then a bunch of names you don't recognize.
Oh, okay.
But then at the very bottom,
Oh, there it is.
almost like they're being written in as you like get to them.
Oh, fuck.
Oh no.
Alistair Noble Drifter,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Wind, Junver Many Shields, and then as you're standing there, you see the words almost like being carved magically into the stone.
Mhm.
Ashba Ramnarance, Chiron Hemlock.
Velp!
Oh fuck.
Okay.